Hey, you guys, welcome to Melissa Valentine's Nursery. My name is Melissa, and today I am here with my newest little bunka. What's on me? I got him the other day. He is so cute. He is a special baby here on this channel because he is all vinyl. I don't usually have all vinyl babies, but there's something about his vinyl that is unique and special, and it feels nice. Like this is not but I got home from work today. Okay, so this is William. You know me, I'm Melissa. Where's my introductions here? I don't know. Like, you guys know me, like Kooky Melissa. Like, I got out of work not too long ago and we had some burger patties left. And I was like, Joseph, let's just make some burger patties and throw an egg on it, and we'll make like an egg burger type deal. Oh, it was so good because we had like these brioche buns. And so we just ate breakfast. That's why like I felt something wet on my arm, and I forgot that I had been like playing with his hair. And I thought maybe, I don't know, maybe I got some on my arm, mayonnaise or something, I don't know. Or, but then I realized, yeah, I was playing with him. So he is adorable. Hey, look what I did. Baby mohawk. He is so cute. He is little William, and he has a shake to him. Like, he's not silicone, but he shakes. Which is like really, I'm not used to, you guys, I gotta get myself together here. I'm not used to like the all vinyl babies being like that. He feels so good. Sandra just messaged me. Sandra's a hoot. So I've been playing with him, but when I got him the other day, I just whistled through my teeth. When I got him the other day, I actually put him in my bedroom, and I have to go to sleep. I can't stay up all day and play babies. So he was in my bed for a minute, and then I had him in the cradle next to my bed. My cradle is like pink and blue. It's a modified kids cradle from Amazon. But I have been having so much fun with this happy little boy. So I kind of left him just like this from his box opening. I even left his feet out. He's got some big chunka-munka feet. He's got some chunka-munka. Okay. And he's beefy. You know what I'm saying? But he is so adorable. Now, I'm going to show you what his torso looks like, because I didn't get to show you. And I wanted to do this video. You guys, I may get nutty. I may get cuckoo in this video. Because like I need to sleep, and you guys normally love those type of videos. But so what's on him? So anyway, so his body, adorable baby. I don't want to like mess up his hair, but it's too late. Okay, so look at his beautiful body. Okay, and he's all like, I don't know, like he just, like if you squeeze his belly, I'll show you. Oh no, he's really soft. He's not like a typical, his arm is kind of like rotatey. Like it's not like a normal, I don't know, I don't want to break it. You know what I'm saying? But he's like so freaking adorable. So I stay away from reborns.com. I totally stay away from reborns.com. I try my best. But then when I see little bunkas and I see kits that I want, that's how the collab baby started with me and Sandra for Christmas, which I think we're going to move to Thanksgiving because the babies are going to be done. Like, the babies are done. So, but this little baby boy, what a precious little boy. So I still have this massive stack here from when I opened him up. I have to go to sleep. I can't be up all day. Some of us work at night. So might be a long video. I don't know, you guys. I wanted to make a video and I wanted to change him into something else. Look at this. Look at this cute. Look at this. I might put him in this. Is this going to fit him? This came with his box opening. Look at this little Yoda. Oh. If you haven't checked her out, Natalie Fakebridge made him. And I can't remember. He is the Oakley. She even, I even have a passy. I think I'm going to cut it to match the superhero. See, look, I didn't undo anything because I had to get sleep, you guys. Like, I had to get sleep for work. So there's a lot happening in my life, you guys. I've got amazing things to share. You know, there was a lot of things that I could not share. Oh, look. Little Chunkabunka, look. Oh, mama. Yeah. There you go. Here. Play while I talk to your aunts and uncles and everybody. Here. Play while I... Okay, good. Yeah, all right. So... Damn, I forgot what I was saying. I don't know. I just wanted to do a video. And I don't do them as often anymore because, you know, I'm going through a process. I'm going through a healing process. And I'm doing a lot better in life. You guys don't worry about me. You know, I'm fine. I've got emails from so many of you wonderful, wonderful people. And you guys are like, Melissa, where the hell are you? You know, I'm still around. I've been talking to Cuddles by Christina. She's such a sweet woman. You know, when I talk to people, I like philosophize. Now, I'm very smart, but I can't think right now. I get philosophical. Well, just put it at that, right? I get philosophical and I start thinking things, right? So I think I am going to put him in what is this called? The Avengers. I'm going to put him in this today. I liked him in that. I was going to dress him up in like one of the vintage outfit he came with, but I'm not going to do that. And I forgot to give credit where credit is due. I did mention the artist, Natalie Fakebridge, amazing woman. If you're interested in any of her babies, just contact her, talk to her, see what she can do for you. I don't know if she does cuddle babies. I'm not sure. Talk to her. Maybe you can work something out. You know, so, but she's awesome. This is my 4th baby from her. And, this was not a custom. This was, you know, she said, Melissa, I got a cute little bunka, you know? So I looked and I was like, oh my God, I gotta get this. Oh my God. Okay. So he is the Oakley by Sandy Faber. Now, Precious Reborn's Nursery by Natalie. She does care instructions. So all her babies, all her recent babies that I've gotten have this. Like I said, I got 4 babies. One was like almost 3 years ago. So things change over time, you know. And then she has her own little COA that shows you the picture of the baby. It shows you her artist, shows her as the artist, and then it shows the sculptor and stuff. So the sculptor is Sandy Faber, Faber, Sandy with a Y. So there's not a lot of videos of him online. Like he is, I have to put this in my folder. I have all my COAs in a folder. Well, he doesn't have a COA, like COA. He has the artist COA, which I don't care. He's adorable, you know. And I save all of my cards. Like if it's a card from like one of you guys, I put it on the shelf. But if it's a card that goes with one of my babies from the artist, I put it with all the information. I save everything. Okay. So, you know, I didn't want to just get on here and like dress him. I don't know why I got to put my glasses on. It's not like I'm going to friggin' read. So I'm not going to read you guys a story. I'm going to tell you guys some stuff. Okay. And I was trying to do this so that you guys can see him. Hold on. I got home from work and I was like, you guys, it's not like I'm at work, like changing people. You know, I'm not at work suctioning trachs or playing in people's stomach tubes. Okay. So when I come home, I don't feel as bad wearing my uniform because I get excited. I want to play with my babies. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to let him. This is his. See, okay. Let me show you something. Okay. Hold on. This doesn't belong to this baby. All my babies have their own toys that they came with and everything. And this actually belongs, I forget what this name belongs to, Melody, I believe. I can't remember. No, this came from Sandra. I can't freaking remember. I can't remember. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Point being that. So, when I'm at work, in my life of being a nurse, right? Let's see, when did I become a nurse? 15, 16 years ago? Oh my God, I'm getting old. 16 years ago. So in my lifetime of being a nurse, get that little bug I have heard so many people's stories, and that's fine. Like, I don't mind listening. I am an amazing listener. Like, ask Sandra. Ask our girl Sandra. Melissa can listen and listen and listen, and I'll be like, and I listen. Like, I genuinely listen. And so let's see, how can I do this? How can I say things without saying too much? I'm good with words, but I want to be discreet with some things. So lately I've been listening to a few people's life stories, at work, and of course, in the doll community. A certain individual, I was listening to them, who is going through a similar situation as my own, which my own is about to clear up, but I still suffer with a lot of grief. And it's not obvious on these videos because I'm home from work, I'm going nuts, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm occupying my time, you know what I mean? But so I was, let me get to the friggin' point, Melissa. Okay, so I was driving home and I'm stuck in my head, and I'm like, all right, and I was thinking to myself, so many people come to me with their grievances or whatever's bothering them. And I'm okay with that. I do not mind. I am used to, therapeutic communication. I'm used to listening to people. I'm a people person when I open myself up for that. And, I was thinking how everybody, everybody, we're no stranger to this. Everybody has a story in life. Some people's stories are more traumatic than others, no doubt. Like, some people's stories are way more traumatic. And then you have some people that you may feel like, wow, they have an easy life. But you don't truly know that person. You see the facade. You see, like, if you didn't pay attention to a lot of my videos, you see happy-go-lucky Melissa. But happy-go-lucky Melissa isn't always happy-go-lucky Melissa. I've had one hell of a year and a half or so. And listening to others, right? I come up, I'm driving home. It takes me an hour to drive home from work, okay? So in that regard, I was thinking of the stories, not stories, made up stories, like people's life stories, like real situations I've heard, I was thinking of people's lives, like real live situations, contemplating and reflecting on, how many of us are going through strife, grieving, people in the doll community that have reached out to me, and it's fine. Like, it's fine because everybody needs a friend and everybody needs somebody they can talk to. And I know that I know this. I'm not being full of myself, but I do know that I am an easy person to talk to when someone starts to talk to me. And I feel like some of that has to do with like my nursing background. I'm very good with therapeutic communication, and I don't mind listening, because listening, if you guys can't do anything when it comes to somebody who's going through a loss or depression or anything at all, the one thing that you can offer them, aside from like a shoulder to cry on, would be ears. Sometimes there's nobody to listen. And for you to take the time out and just absorb what they're trying to say, it can be very enlightening. Like, it can be very, My head's getting chopped off here, but it's all right. It can be also therapy for yourself. Yesterday, I was texting somebody, and I was listening to their story, their situation, and I felt so terribly bad for them because I felt like I was there, and I felt like I could grieve with them, and I felt like I could relate to them. And I wish that I could take some of that sadness and sorrow away from them. Even if it came to me, just a little bit of it, because I know how I felt when I was in that situation. And there was a lot of things that I was thinking that was not healthy. And I come off as a very happy person, but I've been through a lot of trauma. And the trauma that I went through a year and a half ago was betrayal trauma. And there's not a single day that goes by that I don't get stuck in that mindset where I don't have a nightmare or a thought, or just it comes back to me to haunt me, and I have to redirect myself. And I'm doing much better now at that than I initially was. But when I was listening to this, when I was communicating with this individual, it gave me insight to my own situation. And just by listening to somebody else who is going through their own trauma made me feel like I have come such a long way. And I know that I have been growing in many ways psychologically as an individual since my life has changed drastically. But just by offering an ear, it also gave me a level of understanding about myself. Sometimes when we just take the time out to reach out to somebody or offer counseling to somebody, not offering them medical advice. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just to listen. Listen to them, hear their story, and it's very beneficial if there's somebody out there suffering and somebody that can relate to their story and get that somebody to listen. I feel like it develops like a symbiotic relationship where not only are you helping that one, but you're also helping that other one. Community, and I'm more introverted than you think. But I was thinking in my car, like, this is Melissa, like, philosophizing. I can't even think of that damn word. What is that word, you guys? I'm getting philosophical here, and I'm getting, but I was like, I want to get on a video, and I want to tell everybody that every single one of us have been through trauma, something that triggers us in some way, whether it was abuse, neglect, betrayal. Every single one of us has been through a challenge in life. And not everybody may believe what I'm about to say, but in my spiritual belief, I feel like we are temporary on this plane. And I feel like we come here to learn, to grow spiritually and help one another. And we have purpose here. Whether or not you think you do, you have purpose. You affect people more than you think. A smile goes the longest way. You may go to the grocery store and you may see somebody who you have no idea that they just had a fucking shitty ass day. And you have no idea that, maybe they're mother just died and their son left the house, ran away, and, it could be and their dog died or something, right? And you could just walk by them and say, hi, how are you today? Give them a smile. And that person may see that and absorb that. And just that little ounce of positive energy can go a long way. Sometimes I do believe in divine intervention. And I believe sometimes we get messages from spiritual beings around us. I believe that my ancestors are around me. I believe I have a spirit guide. I believe I have angels. And sometimes I feel like there's like a spiritual download, if you'd say. A lot of people like to use that word, of information that we get guided in a certain direction. And if it's just to make a person feel better or brighten their day in the smallest way, you don't know that smile or that little conversation or, could have changed the trajectory in somebody's life. And what I know is that what you say is influential, and your words are a weapon. Your words are a weapon. And how you use your words makes a difference. A lot of what goes on in my life, a lot of things that I think about, I harness that, like, those thoughts, and sometimes I try to like put them in videos. Like, it influences me, it inspires me. And I feel like I have to get on here and do a video about a topic of something that inspired me. This video here hits home because in the time that I have been in the doll community, in the time that I have watched so many of your videos, everybody's videos, in the time that I have grown, right? You guys all got me over 1,000 subscribers. In that time, not only have I grown, like in my own situation, my current event situation that was like really shitty, but it gave me more insight to other people's lives. And I've connected with so many of you. And many of you have reached out to me through email, even text message. And I don't usually have a lot of time, but I get to eventually. And I feel like some people, all you got to do is listen to them and tell them it's going to be okay. And if you can relate to them, that makes it all the better. Be a guide, be like a guidance for them, And, we use our babies to make us happy. It's so funny because I was at work and I was finishing my shift, and I probably shouldn't say this because I could probably get fired. But I was watching Cuddles by Christina, and she had a box opening yesterday. I was watching it this morning. And she had opened a Robin sculpt. And I knew it was Robin because guess what? I have been in the doll community enough to figure out sculpts now and stuff by their feet. No, this one I knew because I have the same one. She got a Robin kit. And the Robin kit, it's 3/4 limbs. And if it's what do you call it? Stuffed the right way, the body, it feels amazing. It's one of those babies that you can hold. It feels amazing. My Robin is a fairy baby. She's up on the shelf right now. But I was like, oh my God, we both have Robins. I don't think I've seen another Robin. It's an older, sold out kit. It's, and it's cute. She got a little tongue hanging out. But I got my Robin on a shelf because she's a fairy, and my alternative babies are on a shelf right now. But I wanted to get on here and, share my food for thought. Because I feel like the world has become a very harsh place. We're pulling out our cell phones, taking pictures of traumatic stuff instead of helping people. We're passing judgment. You know, I may not agree with you, with anybody, about something. And I always say we can agree to disagree agreeably. You don't have to be in the same political party. You don't have to be in the same mind, like, frame of, you know, how you feel like things should be. But one thing is for sure, we all bleed red. We all have feelings. You know, we're human. And I feel like if we can feed the mind, the soul, how can I say this? Like, if we promote positive energy, we'll make a difference. And I feel like sometimes we get so sucked in to our everyday that we forget that we can use ourselves to help others. You may not help out in a soup kitchen or a homeless shelter or whatever, right? But it's the smallest thing that you can do. And for me, I'm a listener. I'm a listener. If I could relate, the one thing you can always do when somebody tells you a story about themselves. I keep saying story like it's a fictional thing. No, somebody that's telling you like something that really bothers them or triggered them, or that they're going through a moment in life, right? If you have something to relate to them, use it, because we're not alone in this world. You know, yeah, we can always pray to whatever you believe in, the supreme being, God, Allah, whatever you believe, the Lord, the lady, the source, whatever, right? But we're all down here right now. We're all here in this plane, interacting with each other. And a lot of it is sad. And we don't need to emit negative energy. Let's raise our vibrations and let's help one another. You know? Yeah, there's people in the doll community that I don't care for. But I'm not going to go on their page and I'm not going to comment unnecessary bullshit. You know? But if I go on a page of somebody I'd like or somebody I enjoy watching, I may or may not leave a comment. And if I do leave a comment, I'm going to leave some positive words, right? I was driving home from work and I was thinking of this shit. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? You know? Because I feel like sometimes we get lost. We get lost in our day. We get lost in our lifestyles. I feel like I got to put pajamas on him, you guys. I'm going to keep this onesie on him. But I'm going to put this Yoda pajamas on him. Like, he's not really going to match because he's got these cute little sloth socks. His artist gave me all this stuff when I opened him yesterday. But I piled it to the side and I didn't really do anything with it yet. I do got to put his information in the folder with all my other paperwork for everybody else that I have. But, you know, I was thinking to myself, you know, driving home, how harsh the world can be. I mean, I'm a supervisor and you guys, I deal with a lot of stuff. I deal with a lot of stuff. And, you know, it's not always the patients, residents, whatever, right? A lot of times the staff is crazy as hell. And it's all, you know, I play psychology, Miss Psychology all the time. I have to, you know, and it's just the reality, playing Miss Psychology all the time. And, you know, if you're trying to make somebody feel better, or even if you're engaging with somebody in a disagreement and you want to come to an agreement, never say I. Because if you say I, some people jump to conclusions. And if you're like, well, I this, I that, I feel this way. I feel like I can't do this. And I feel like you do this, blah, 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 blah. They're going to feel like, you selfish bitch. But what you can do is say, now I'm going to teach you some therapeutic communication, all right? This is psychology shit, okay? And no, I don't use this shit on you, Sandra, all right? But this is some psychology stuff. And this is the stuff they taught us in therapeutic communication. Nurses know this problem. Most nurses know this, the ones that paid attention. You don't say, let's say somebody offended you. You don't say, I don't like what you said. You know, you're this and you're that. You never emphasize I or you. You never emphasize that. You say somebody said something to offend you, right? You say, when you made the statement that you were too busy to do the dishes, right? Like to my son or whatever. It hurt my feelings because I always do the laundry because I love you. And I want you to have clean clothes on your body. And I want you to know we're in a team together. We work together in this house. Next time, if you don't mind, would you please do the dishes when I ask? So that when I get home from work, whatever, we can enjoy a dinner together sooner. And we can talk and spend time together. Now, mind you, I used a really bad example using my son, right? Typically, I'm like, Joe, what the fuck? You didn't do the fucking dishes? Come on, you know, I'm a mother. You know what I'm saying? But Joe's usually pretty good, usually. But you want to say, you want to turn it around and say, when you do X, it makes me feel like Y. Next time, if you did it this way, then we can both do whatever or feel better about whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember there's a way to use your words. And I know some people are like, what the hell is she talking about? I've had a lot of practice with it. I've used it a lot. And I'm going to tell you, it works. And the next thing is, don't always apologize because it's not always your fault. A lot of people like to apologize. No, don't apologize. Listen to people's concerns. You know, you can offer sound advice, but you got to remember when you offer advice doesn't mean people are going to take it. And you should know that, you know, like understand just because you give advice doesn't mean that they think the receiver of the information is going to think it's sound advice. Or maybe they just, hey, Sandra knows I myself, I don't always make the right decisions. You know, I am impulsive at times with certain things. He looks so cute, don't he? He's so cute. But yeah, I was just contemplating life and how we can affect other people and how we are in this play of life, this theater of life, this drama called life. And sometimes we forget and lose ourselves in it. And, you know, we forget to smile and we forget to say, hey, and just ask somebody how they're feeling. They may not tell you the truth, but, you know, if you know somebody going through something, reach out and say, hey, don't forget to tell a relatable story. Something true. Don't make nothing up. Don't lie to people don't lie to those who need like love. You know what I'm saying? Don't make stories up just to make them feel better. Like, tell them relatable stories if you have one. Now, if you don't have a relatable story, then, you know, who knows? Maybe you could find somebody who can help, you know? Because we're all in life together. We're all in life together. Life is tough. Life is hard. You know? Why make it even harder? Let's help each other. Let's make it easier on each other. You know what I'm saying? Not Sandra. Natalie was telling me, she's like, Melissa, you gotta spike his front of his hair. And I didn't really know what she was saying. I didn't understand really. Maybe I need to look at the pictures, the original posts on Reborns, but I like the little mohawk look. for him. He's so cute. He looks so cute. Except this side right here. This cuckoo side over here. Hold on. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Normally I'm nutty at this time, but when I get affected by things, I'm not affected in a bad way. That's not what I'm saying. When life comes through and people touch base with me or whatever I'm doing at that time, sometimes influences my videos. And that's fine. That's good. So, what else do I have to say? I have good news. I have good news. You guys, I have good news. Today is Thursday, September, what the hell day is it? September 5th. September 5th. It's Thursday. I just got out of work and I took off tonight. Tomorrow is a very special day. Tonight is the last night that I am a married woman. Tomorrow afternoon, I will be divorced. And it's a good thing. So it's good. It was a bad year. It was terrible. A lot of compromising and a lot of BS and lying to lawyers, not on my end, you know, a lot of not nice stuff. But anyway, so I'm excited. This is exciting tonight. So I'm going to get some sleep pretty soon. I'm going to take a little bunker with me in bed. Take this little bunker up there with me. Look how cute. Yes. I wet his face a little bit with the spray, but it's okay. I'm going to take him to bed with me. Sit up, bunker. Sit up, bunker. Okay. And then he's going to have his little man with him, his little sloth. All my sloths are called Sammy the Sloth, by the way. I have a good friend of mine outside of the doll community got me a sloth. And then Sandra got me a big sloth for Mother's Day. And then Kaleila's precious ones, Mama Cheryl, she got me 2 sloths. So I have sloths in my bed and I cuddle with my sloths. And it makes me feel good. So, you guys, I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with the hair. Like when the baby's like, I'm not good at hair, like in real life, like my own, I'm not good with it, you guys. I'm not good at all. But the babies with the little hair like this, I can do hair like this. You know what I'm saying? You give it a little brush and it makes everything nice. And you go and you follow the hair curve or whatever, or you can play with it. I noticed, there was a couple times people on their channels go crazy with the hair and they don't brush in the direction and they're like all over the place with the hair. And I'm like, what are you doing with the hair? So like, you know, but I go crazy sometimes because I see people, which is fine. Cause you know, like when babies are born and they gotta like shit all over their hair and it's all like gooky and stuff. And the babies will look like that. You know, like I think in his hair is wavy. So like in some of his photos, like it actually looks pretty cool. It looks very fresh, you know. But if I was watching Natalie do it, I'd be like, ah. And I don't know if it's like my ADHD or whatever, or an anxiety thing. I don't know what it is. But like, it drives me nuts. Who's messaging me? I think it might be Christina. Anyway, from Cuddles by Christina. So anyway, you guys, like, so I'm going to like, what am I going to do? I'm going to get ready for bed, go to bed. I got to wake up. I got to make, what I got to do? I can make dinner, but it doesn't matter when I make dinner. Joseph don't get home till 9 p.m. So I got all day to sleep and everything. And then, I'm having a friend come over for a short amount of time and I don't know. Oh, I got to try on dresses. I got to look good in a courtroom. I got to look like a hot Italian mama. I got to look good. I wanted to get my hair highlighted, but I never got to it. And I was going to get my nails done, but I just look like a hot mama. I got to figure out what dress I'm wearing to court. I got a few dresses. I was going to wear a red dress because I'm a hot mama with a little short black bolero. And I got my cheetah print shoes and my cheetah print pocketbook. And I'm going to look like a hot mama going to the courtroom tomorrow. Or I might wear something a little more toned down, but still look like a hot Italian mama. So I'm excited. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to let you guys go. I don't know if I'm still a Babeside affiliate person. They've contacted me and asked me if I wanted to be an affiliate. And I've told them that I said I am. And they were like, well, you want to be an affiliate? And I'm like, I am. So then they're like, sent me another email saying like, oh, you get this, that, whatever. I don't even know. I don't know if anybody bought babies. I never even looked. I don't have time for that shit. I mean, I will. I mean, you know, but don't forget, I got merch. I haven't done anything with my merch. Of course, my son's the Techno Emperor. Check his stuff out. I'll put it in the description. And me and Sandra, we're still working on a collab stuff. We got baby coming. So who was it? Who was it in my videos called me out? Somebody in one of my comments called me out. They called me out because I thought that my Ruby, my Viviana, I thought Viviana was my most recent bambino, but it wasn't. My most recent bunka was my Laura. You guys, why didn't you catch that? The other one did. The person, the commenter did. I forget. I was like, God, I'm sorry. I can't remember who it was. But I was like, shit, they're right. Because it was like 2 weeks after I got Ruby, I went ahead and broke down and got Laura. The Laura kit, my Lenore. Because, is that a train? I know we got railroad tracks, but I have not heard a train in like the longest time. I thought it like died or something. The tracks, they were dead. Anyway, good to know. Now I gotta watch again. So anyway, but it has been since, let's see, the doll show was in June. Let's see, July. So it was June 20th. So maybe I got the baby. Maybe I got the Laura sculpt, Lenore. I call her Lenore. July. Maybe the middle of July. Then I went all through August, September. So I still did a good but I had planned for babies with Sandra doing a collab. I had ordered way back when a silicone by Jenny Jill. I don't even know if it's done yet. I gotta talk to her. And then, Doodlehead Nursery. So I spoke to Megan from Doodlehead Nursery. She's on Instagram. I don't know if she's on Facebook. I'm not sure. She might be because she might be. I don't know. Doodlehead Nursery. I sent her a Liliana kit and for her to paint, no box opening, no body. I have the body here. No, like I'm going to fill the baby, just the limbs, just the head and the limbs. And she's going to paint it for me and for exchange of my Genesis Heat Set paint. So she's going to go ahead and paint that one because that baby, it was only like 400 of them. So she told me that baby would be ready Thanksgiving. Well, she's going to start that baby next week or this weekend, she said. And she was like, go ahead and let me know what details you want. So I had spread these babies out over time. And they're all seem like they bunching up together. And then Sandra's talking about a Christmas morning baby. So, I may have that in the works. And then yeah, so but yeah, you guys, I wanted to get on here and show my face a little bit. Maybe I'll do another video. The next time you see me, you guys, I will not be a married lady no more. I'll be an old crone yelling at the children, y'all damn whippersnappers. And I'll have my cat. I'll be an old cat lady. I'll be an old maid, 40 years old, not married. Going outside, looking out my door. Get off my yard, you whippersnappers. No, you guys, I don't think I'm an old lady like that. But you know what? I don't think, look, I'm making waves in his hair. Like, I'm just making his hair, like, giving him, like, designs and stuff, you know? Like, I'm just playing around with it, you know? While I'm talking to you, he's got his mohawk. I'm going to keep the mohawk. I like the mohawk, but I'm going to give him designs. I was giving him, I think this one doesn't have enough conditioner. I don't know on this side. But anyway, you guys, I'm just mumbling. So let me get the hell out of here. I want to thank you guys for watching. I got to go to bed. I got things to do. I want to write my diary or whatever. And I want to, you guys, like my video, subscribe. Okay, check and see if you're subscribed. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. Check and see if you're subscribed. Everybody, go check. Check. See if you're subscribed. Because I think YouTube's doing something a little screwy-looey. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not and you haven't been, what are you waiting for? $0. Subscribe. Don't forget I got merch. Everything's in my description. Read my description. I got a bunch of shit in my description. All right, you guys. So I may be back when my mind starts talking about crazy stuff again. All right, you guys. I love you guys. I love every single one of you. And I thank you so much for being a part of my channel. You can share my videos, spread the love. This is a drama-free zone. You guys, many people reach out to me via email. Takes me time to answer. You know, only certain people talk to me through text, because any more people talk to me through text and I'm not going to have a phone. Damn thing's going to die because my phone goes off a lot. But, all right, you guys, I want to thank you guys so much for everything you do. All your times you watched me. And thank you for sharing this time with my little Bunker William. Go check out Natalie. Natalie made my little Bunker Boo. Yes, my little Natalie. Yes, he did. Oh, my little Bunker. He loves his mommy. Yes, that's right. He loves his mommy. Hi, you guys. I love my mommy. All right, you guys. Love you. Until next time. Oh, God. I got to get closer. Oh, God. Okay, until next time. Bye, you guys. Mwah.